Money, it means almost everything to us because it affects every aspect of our lives and is always in our face. We love it, we hate it, we tolerate so much in the promise of making it and the fear of losing it. Money is the #1 cause of stress. With it we play victim to its control and leave our dreams in someday, one day, because we think we can't afford to make them come true and to live our highest potential. But after all, money is simply energy. It is neither spiritual or non-spiritual, but as Joseph Campbell says, it is congealed energy that when released, releases life's possibilities. And as our great teacher with lessons to enrich us, money stands as a holographic gateway to reflect how we handle other forms of energy. For how we do our money is how we do our life. So this is a show about money, and it isn't. On the path to financial freedom, we find ourselves on a hero's journey to the authentic self, and money is a metaphor to break open the doors to personal transformation. I'm Audrey Hope, and please join me on this next episode of Real Women for the higher principles of money with guest Maria Nemeth. Here we will explore enlightened money management, a synthesis of the spiritual and the practical. Here you may dig deep into your checkbooks, into your credit rating, and deep into your hearts. We may think that the goal of money is to claim a prize, to lay our hands on things, and to have good, cold, hard cash. But true gold and true abundance is really channeling energy from our own true nature, to go with courage where our heart draws us to go, and to live a life that is rich. I'm Audrey Hope, and this is Real Women, and I welcome special guest Maria Nemeth to discuss the higher principles of money, which are really universal principles for successful living. Maria has been a clinical psychologist for over 30 years. She is a recognized speaker and seminar leader and the author of the book You and Money, Would It Be All Right If Life Got Easier? And the award-winning tape series from Sounds True, and the book The Energy of Money, a spiritual guide to financial and personal fulfillment. Welcome, Maria. It is so good to have you here. I know you just got back from Morocco,
Yes.
so it's really an honor.
Thanks.
You say that money is a taboo subject.
Yes.
That people would rather talk about their sex lives
yes.
than talk
yes.
about money.
Yes.
Why is money such an uncomfortable subject?
Well, Audrey, the reason why is because somehow we have it attached to our self-worth and our self-esteem. The other thing is that somehow it's dirty. I remember when I was 8 years old, I was sitting at the dinner table with my family, and I wanted to seem so grown up. So at a pause, I remember saying to my Uncle Irwin, who was there, Uncle Irwin, I remember saying to him, "How much money do you make every month?" And there was an absolute hush at the table.
Right.
Everybody, and my mother leaned over and she said, "Maria, we don't talk about these things." And I felt like I had made the worst faux pas in the world, you know? And right then I got the message, don't talk about it. It's something bad, it's dirty, and that simply isn't the case.
Right, so true. What do you mean when you say money, it's not spiritual, it's non-spiritual, it's just energy?
Well,
what do you mean by that?
Let me preface this by saying Joseph Campbell, who all of us know
My hero,
about, well,
my hero.
mine too, said that money is congealed energy. You can hold it in your hands and do things with it. And I've come to see that our money is really our precious life's energy in tangible form, because it takes the energy of your life to use it. Now, if we take a form of energy, let's say like electricity, it's neither spiritual nor non-spiritual. It's neither good nor bad. You can light up a room with electricity, or you can hurt a person with electricity. Same with money. It's a form of energy. And the task of our hero on our hero's journey, and we're all heroes, is to learn how to use this precious energy with clarity, focus, ease, and a sense of grace.
Right, the hero's journey, you need to channel it from your true energy, from your true nature. What do you mean by your true nature?
Well, in our hearts, we have who we really are as a human being. We have our goals, we have our dreams. Everyone I have found is here to make a contribution. I tell you, Audrey, I've been doing this work for about 18 years. I haven't found anyone who doesn't want to know that their life in some way has made a difference. So I see that one of the inherent qualities of being a human being is to want to contribute. And that's part of our inherent nature. And we do that by becoming a conscious conduit of energy. One form of energy is the energy of money.
Right. And you also say it's a hologram. What do you mean by that?
Well, there are really 6 forms of energy that we're here to become conscious of. There's money, and time, and physical vitality, creativity, enjoyment, and relationship. And each form of energy affects every other form. So if you're conscious about money, if you have an easy time about that, it affects your health. It affects your relationships. If you have a hard time with money, you can bet it'll affect your time. That's one of the reasons I say to people, how you do money is essentially how you do your life. It's all part of this hologram where everything is related to everything else.
I find it so fascinating because here I'm reading this book on money and then you're talking about the hero's journey, you're talking about a journey to wholeness. And your principles that you speak of is really about finding how to make your dreams come true.
Yes, it
and
is.
how to find your authentic nature.
Yes, it
so
is.
I'm saying, oh my God, this is so much more than money, which is fantastic.
Yes, because money is the vehicle by which we express our essential nature, or it can be a setting for frustration. And part of my book, The Energy of Money, has to do with how to become conscious about how you're using this money so you can end up having what you really want in life. Not being afraid or not wasting or leaking this precious energy, but using it consciously.
So how would you really define happiness then? Happiness is?
Happiness is when you know you are doing what you're meant to be doing in life. When you are, as George Bernard Shaw would say, being used by a purpose considered by yourself to be a mighty one. When you know that you're using all forms of energy to do exactly what you want. Let me give you an example. A woman 62 years old, Sue, she had always wanted to have a voice recital for 40 years. And after working with me, she said, you know, what am I waiting for? She ended up getting voice lessons. She ended up saving her money and getting a beautiful gown, rented a hall, had 150 of us there, and it was wonderful. We videotaped the whole thing. Her husband walks down the center aisle at the end, gives her 24 long stem red roses for his bride. But I'll tell you, the point is this, at the moment she sang, she became that 22-year-old girl again. She rolled back 40 years. Because she was using all these forms of energy, including the energy of money, to do exactly what she wanted to be doing in life. And life for her was sweet.
One of my questions was going to be, what did you find out about people while doing this work? And you said everyone wants to make a difference, which is wonderful. What about successful people? What did you find about success? What do they do that's different? I mean, we all want to be a success.
Well, let me give you 2 answers to that. Okay. The only difference between people who are successful and people who aren't is that people who are successful and people who aren't.
The most profound truths.
They're no more intelligent, no more creative. They simply do what they say they're going to do. Now, I have a definition that I talk about in the book, which is success is doing what you said you would do with ease. And to be successful means that you are doing something with your energy instead of sitting by the side of your hero's journey, just like Sue, for instance. In the moment that she was singing, she was being successful. So success occurs the minute you take an idea, you energize it, and it shows up in physical reality, and you do it with ease. You don't struggle. You don't be driven and work hard and complain. You do it with a sense of ease.
Wow. Yes. Okay, now mistakes people make.
Yes.
Okay, you talk about the metaphysical reality and the physical reality.
Yes.
Now, okay, you think, I mean, I'm one. Oh God, I'll do the affirmations. I'll think positive and I'll fool reality and I'll make all this. It never works.
Forget it.
So what is this problem with the metaphysical and physical?
Well, the difference is that there are differences in the energy signature between metaphysical and physical reality. In metaphysical reality, we have wonderful goals, we have wonderful dreams. You know, I want to do so many things and I can become so excited. The minute you begin, me too. The minute you begin to actually do something to put this goal in place in physical reality, you hit physical reality, and you hit something I call trouble at the border, which is that it takes about 10 times more energy to do something than you thought you would ever do. I mean, look at the great movie directors, look at the painters, look at the artists, look at people who write books. They'll tell you, I had the idea for the book, but the first few experiences of putting this book into physical reality were very difficult. It's supposed to be that way, Audrey. That's the way it was designed.
I see.
The moment we hit metaphysical physical reality and we hit trouble at the border, our monkey mind becomes very loud. And I talk about this in the book.
Oh, you got to talk about the monkey mind.
Our monkey mind is that
God.
aspect of the mind that is always chattering at us as it swings from doubt to worry, back to doubt again. Nowhere does it become louder than in our relationship with money, which is one of the reasons that I give a whole list of monkey mind symptoms regarding money that you can look at. But the most important point is monkey mind never stops. I don't know anyone who says, I don't have doubts and worries. Sometimes when we spend our energy trying to affirm these doubts and worries away, it's a misdirection of our energy. What is important is to take our energy and do one small thing a day towards our goal.
Authentic action.
Yes.
That's what you mean,
yes.
authentic action.
Give you an example. My first book took 8 years to write. My second one took 3.5 months.
Oh my.
The difference was that I finally started following the principles that I talk about. And I'm a slow learner. And I had a girlfriend. She would call me every morning, Maria, 7:30. Are you sitting in front of your computer? Yes. Is it on? Yes. Now, how many pages are you going to write today? I had a promise to write 3. Not 5, not 2, not 10, but 3. There's a discipline in learning how to do what you say you're going to do, not overdo it. Well, one morning she called, sitting in front of the computer. Yes. Is it on? Yes. How many are you going to write today? And I remember I was having a bad hair day, and it was, I can't do it. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be a fraud. Nobody was going to like this book. Why did I decide to do it? She pauses at the other end. She says, oh, Maria, I hear you. And how many pages are you going to write today? Because she was going into alignment with my hero's heart, not into collusion with my monkey mind. And that's what the energy of money is all about. How do you handle your monkey mind when it comes to your relationship with money so that the way is cleared for you to really have what you want with ease?